everyone's guilty of just having a look on Rightmove just to see what it's about. Hello, you wonderful, amazing, beautiful people. Happy Sunday. I hope you're all not melting in the sun. Even on the day that I'm filming this, it is hot. So today's video is a Q&A type video all about moving out at the age of 19. So I asked over on my Instagram just if you had any questions or any areas that you kind of wanted me to talk about, and a lot of you sent them in. I have got my laptop. I'm gonna have it on my knee and I'm just going to talk through some of you guys' questions. Basically, I am now 20 years old. My partner is now 21. At the time, we were 19 and 20. It was only this year. We only moved out in February of this year. And at the time, we had been together for over 2 years. So a little bit of background knowledge on the situation. Actually, I answer some of the questions on here. The first question is, when did we start looking / saving? So to be honest, I think the conversations were had a couple of probably about like 6 months into the relationship. Nothing obviously set in stone, but just talking about, you know, future plans, things like that, things that we had in mind. In terms of seriously thinking about moving out, it was probably only at the end of last year or the start of this year. Ryan's parents had just decided that they were going to move, and at the time it kind of just pushed us to make the decision. It definitely wasn't, you know, like we were being kicked out or anything. I should probably mention that we kind of lived between my parents and Ryan's parents. We kind of stayed half and half each week, so we were together pretty much every night anyway. So, but yeah, we probably started seriously looking around the end of last year, at the start of this year. We definitely knew that we wanted to rent. For now, you may know I'm about to start my university degree in this January coming, and that's a 3-year long degree, and I don't really want to settle on a house until I finish that degree, so we are renting for the moment. So yeah, we really started looking, just having a look around the area, seeing what was available, seeing what kind of places we could get for our budget. Yeah, but in terms of saving, to be honest, Ryan is so much better at saving than me. He has been saving for so much longer than I have. We probably both got our Help to Buy ISAs around a year and a half into the relationship, just because we knew it was something that obviously was going to happen down the line. Both started saving probably about like that a year and a half into the relationship, but seriously looking, like, I mean, everyone's guilty of just having a look on Rightmove just to see what it's about. But seriously looking, end of last year, start of this year. So how did we make the decision to move out? So this was kind of, like I say, a long time in the coming. Like, we knew that we wanted our own space. Yeah, we just wanted our own space. We just wanted somewhere to come back to just each other at night. So yeah, that was kind of the decision. We just wanted our own independence, and we wanted a dog. We wanted things of our own. So, you know, we really just wanted to have our own little place. And like I said, Ryan's parents had decided that they were going to move from their current property. And at the time, we were discussing if it was going to be further away, kind of what would happen between me and Ryan and the transport between the places. And we kind of just thought it's easier just to move in together. So yeah, my mouth's really dry. It's I wear a mask all day at work and my mouth gets so dry and it's so hot. Right. Oh, my hair's a mess. Hope you like the fairy lights, by the way. I mean, they're not the best. Like I keep saying, this room is in progress. It's not finished yet. You will see once it is finished, but not yet. The next question was, what shops did we go to for furniture? Do you know what? Shopping for furniture was literally my favorite thing. We did a lot of shopping online. We got a lot of our basic things from like Studio, if you've heard of that. This is their website here. We got a lot of basic things from there, you know, just like cutlery, bath mats, bins, just the basic stuff, nothing really fancy or serious decor type things. We also did online ordering from The Range, which I don't know if this is like in America as well. I don't know, let me know. But in the UK, The Range is like a big homeware shop. It's actually not just homeware, it's like everything. It's a range of things. That's why it's called The Range. I'm slow today, I'm so sorry. We got some furniture from there. We got our matching like lounge sets from there, so our tables and things like that. We are looking at getting a coffee table soon from the matching set as well. So they've got lots of nice furniture at the range, and it's not stupidly expensive. And we got little things of decor from there as well. They've got really nice photo frames, really nice wall art, things like that. So we got a lot of that stuff from there. Our sofa we got from DFS, which again, don't know if that's in America, but it's in the UK. It's just a sofa shop. And then we just kind of got bits and pieces where we saw them, like, you know, I got some bits from Amazon. We got bits from pretty much everywhere. There's a lot of shops nowadays, even Matalan, that do really nice homeware things. And when we saw bits we liked, we just picked it up. But like I said, we only moved in February, and with coronavirus going along, we didn't really decorate that much. We have done obviously a lot of changes to the house, but we're still in the process of decorating. We've got a lot of plans for the lounge, so we're really excited about doing those once we can. So yeah. Next question was, how did you tell your parents? We're both pretty close to our parents, so it wasn't like a massive thing. I think when we first like kind of were looking at places and that, we both spoke to our parents like individually. We kind of just said, look, we're thinking of moving out, these are the properties that we're looking at, you know, that kind of thing. It was just like a basic conversation. It wasn't like a sit down big talk. And obviously the first question was like, oh, finances, how are you going to do it? But by that time we already had it all out on paper, so we were prepared for the conversation. So yeah, it was just a basic casual conversation where we just brought it up, saying, oh, we're looking at getting a place together, we're thinking of renting for a bit, these are the houses that we like. So the next one was how we saved. So we both have a Help to Buy ISA that is we both pay into that monthly. Obviously that's for our mortgage when we get that once I finish university. But in terms of saving, the deposit for renting a house isn't that excessive, so it didn't take us that long to save for that. And then we both saved for a couple of months a little bit of our wages just to go towards the furniture and things like that. But yeah, it wasn't really massively expensive. Like I say, well, we did have a lot of things to buy, obviously, because this is our first property, but we also did get a lot of things from Marketplace, things that were secondhand but still looked really good. And that's really important, that you should look around at getting those things, because they save you so much money when you do that. And then our monthly finances, we now have a joint account. I know I feel very grown up saying that, but we have a joint account where we both put into that monthly, and then all the bills, all of the rent comes out of that, so it's fair, so we both pay exactly the same. So any bumps along the way, any habits I discovered I didn't like, did we argue more? I'll answer that in 3 different ones. So any bumps along the way, yes, a few of the properties that we really liked, they then had a lease agreement confirmed, obviously in the time being, so we missed out on those. And when we viewed this property, there were a few people interested, so that was kind of a worry. And when we first moved in here, we had a lot of problems with our heaters, because our heaters are quite old and they run off economy 7, and basically the previous tenant had removed economy 7, so we had no heating over the winter apart from the artificial heating, which cost a lot. So that was a bump as well when we first moved in. Yeah, nothing really significant, to be honest. I mean, I think when we buy a house there might be some bumps along the way, but this was pretty straightforward. I mean, renting isn't as complicated. So if you're looking at moving in with your partner, I would definitely consider renting first. You know, if you're not 100% certain on a house, on a place, on anything like that, definitely consider renting, because it gives you can have a taste of what living together is going to be like. Any habits I discovered I didn't like, I presume that means habits with Ryan. Like I said, we were together pretty much every day before we moved out anyway, so I pretty much know Ryan inside out. One of the habits that I would say annoys me is he leaves all the cupboard doors open all the time, and the typical male thing to do when they're putting their laundry in the laundry basket is to put it next to the laundry basket or on top of the laundry basket, but not in the laundry basket. I know he watches these videos, so these are the habits that I don't like. And did we argue more? I mean, it's a stressful time when you're moving in, all the different things, and it was a big change for us trying to get into our own little routine, sorting out who does the chores and things like that. So yeah, it was a little bit tense when we first moved in, but nothing drastic, and you just like settle down into it. It's like anything with change, you know, people are just more on edge and things like that, but nothing really, no. If anything, it's kind of put us back in that honeymoon phase, because you're like in your own little place. So yeah. So the next one was, how am I planning on managing the household stress alongside the degree? So I think that's something that's kind of hard to plan for. I think that's something that I'm just going to have to deal with when it comes to it. I mean, I'm pretty proactive at getting things done around the house. I'm the sort of person that I like to-do lists, I like things like that. That's what really helps me. It's about managing equally, and it's about doing equal things, and it's all about balance. You know, if I'm on a row of lates or something like that, you know, it's just about helping the other person out and vice versa. It's definitely going to be a lot easier because I have a place with my partner, so it shares all the duties with the dog and things like that as well. It's just half of all the pressure because there's somebody else that can take it with me. So yeah, I mean, I plan on managing it just by taking it one step at a time, just organising my time effectively and just seeking help when I need it. So yeah. Was the transition hard in the aspect of no one to help, such as cleaning or just day-to-day issues? I mean, the transition was hard for me personally because I'm such a home bird. And mainly because we moved out in February, and at the end of March I was told I had to go into shielding, so it was definitely harder to adjust because we'd only just moved out and I've only just started to kind of get used to it. It was all still very new, and then on top of that I couldn't actually see my family anymore, so that made it a lot harder. In terms of actually the transition of doing things, it's a shock to the system. Like, you know, mums always say you don't realise how much they do for you, but it's so true. Like, I come home and then I've got all these things to do, whereas when I was living at home I wouldn't have to think about them. So yeah, the transition was hard, but it was definitely made harder by current situations. It's nothing that you kind of don't get used to. You just get yourself in your own little routine. Yeah, you get yourself in your own little routine and then it just becomes the normal, really. Chores are my life now. Fun. The next one, how do you feel like it's going to be with you in uni and doing long shifts and coming home with still 101 things to do? Can't wait. But that's life, you know, that is life. Can't have everything handed to us. Got to work the grind to get the end result. It's fine, I can do it, I'll get through it. I'm worried about it. I just know now there's going to be days where I'm so tired but I have to do things, but we'll just ride through those waves and we'll come out of it, because it'll all be worth it in the long run. Everything life throws at you was thrown at you for a reason, because you can overcome it and you can push through it because you're strong. So I'm just gonna keep remembering that, keep grounded, and yeah, it'll be okay. Next one, how did you train your dog without ruining the house, such as peeing on the floor or chewing carpets, etc.? Miko, come here. Oh, so how was it, Miko? Well, I came home today and there was a chewed up hanger on the floor, there was chewed up toilet roll on the floor, so I can't really answer yet. To be honest, I think having all the time off with him was what made toilet training, I wouldn't say easy, it definitely took us a while, but we got there in the end. It's all about just making sure that you let them out consistently and reward them. That's what it's about, letting them know the routine. He is fully toilet trained now, apart from at night he can't hold it in, so we have a puppy pad upstairs at night. He still does pees and poos some nights, so yeah, I'm not sure how to stop that yet, but on the majority he is a really, really good boy. I mean, today is the first time I've ever come home and found anything destroyed. Right, so the next one, do you feel as though there's pressure to move out by a certain age? There's definitely pressure. I don't agree that there should be. I think that everybody is on their path and everybody will do things at a time when it suits them. Time frames are a massive thing that put pressure on not just young people but the older generation as well. It really doesn't matter. Like, I'm going to be an El Derby here and just say that you do you, boo, because it's so true. You do things at a time when it feels right to you, the energy's right, the time is right, you know, it's all about you. Yes, there is a pressure to move out, there shouldn't be, and if you're feeling pressured to move out by a certain age, you need to look at why, or if it's pressure in just yourself, you know, you have to just listen to yourself and listen to your own energy, your own feelings, and just kind of gauge it on that. But you should never feel pressured to do something at a time when you're not ready. If you're watching this thinking, oh my god, I'm older and I haven't moved out yet, that's fine. That is your life, this is my life, we're both on different paths, and it comes into not comparing yourself to other people because nobody is the same, we're all different. Do you feel as though you might miss out on some uni aspects as you're living at home? The uni aspects that I imagine are being talked about are like going out, living in dorms, that kind of atmosphere. But to be honest, I don't really think as a midwifery student you get that a lot. I think you're quite busy. But I've never been the sort of girl to go out really anywhere. I think I've been out clubbing twice since I've been 18. It's not really for me. I'm more of a chill at home with a takeaway and movies, or go out to the pub maybe. And Ryan is exactly the same, which is good. So no, I don't really feel like I miss out on anything. I can still see my friends, I can still see the people from uni. I just have my own space, to be honest. I would rather have my own space to come home to, have my own study area and things like that. Did the move and being with your boyfriend 24/7 cause any stress or extra pressure? I kind of covered on that. It did cause a lot of stress and extra pressure because moving is a really stressful thing. And like I said, when we first moved in, we had so many problems with our heating, and that was really stressful because obviously it was all new to us, and then we had all of those issues as well. So yeah, it was definitely stressful. It's so much worth. It's so worth it. Like, you go through that period of stress and then it's just all worth it because you can just come home, chill in your own home that's done exactly how you want it. Yeah. How is it making such a big commitment so young? So I think because we haven't bought a house, I wouldn't say it's so much of a big commitment. I mean, obviously it is because we're on like a contract and things like that, and this is a place where we plan to stay for the next 3 years. I mean, I'm always a sort of person, I'm not very good at making decisions on my own, so I kind of felt a little bit out of my depth, especially when like I was calling to speak to the estate agents and things like that, and we were talking about all the contracts and the tenancy agreements when we first moved in. I definitely felt out of my depth. I was like, oh, I'm a bit too young to be doing this. It's nerve-wracking making a commitment or just doing a big decision like this so young, because I don't know, everyone always has so many opinions and just judges everything that you do. So I don't know, it was definitely nerve-wracking, but I'm so glad that I did it. And yeah, the last one is, will your student finance cover your share of the bills? The way student finance is worked out is very silly. Even though I've moved out, I have not been living independently for 3 years, so it still goes off my parents' household income. My father runs a business, so their household income is at the top end, and that basically means that my maintenance loan is right at the bottom end, meaning that with that and the bursary I will have to work part-time or hopefully bank during my degree, which is definitely added extra stress. But like I say, everything's thrown at us for a reason. So yeah, it's still worth it because I get to come home to my own space and things like that. So sometimes you just got to put in the grind and you get great things at the end of it. I hope you enjoyed today's video, just a little Q&A. I hope this might have answered some of your questions and possibly given you some ideas or some answers if you are thinking about moving out. I would say that my tip is to make sure that you have your finances down to a T. I will say, just in case you are thinking of renting, our kind of outgoings, each to include the rent, all of our bills and food, is about £1,400. That might help you make up your minds, but yeah, definitely make sure that you have your finances planned out to a T. You can't be organised enough when it comes to things like this. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I am thinking of making this into a house series because there's going to be some DIY things going on. When we get our own place, there's going to be lots of things going on. So yeah, I think this is the start of a new series, guys, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I hope it answered some of your questions. Let me know if you have any other ideas for some house type videos and I'll see if I can do them. I hope you have a lovely, beautiful, restful Sunday, and I will see you all in Wednesday's video. If you did like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate that so much. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, there will now be a house series, so if you enjoy these kind of videos, there's going to be a whole collection of them. Plus I have loads of other interesting videos that you might want to check out too. So yeah, have a lovely day and I will see you all very soon. Bye guys.